Hi, Gina here with Peace, Love, and Homeschool, and today we're talking math. Today I'm taking part in a collab by April from the Simple Rugged Path. It is on homeschool curriculum review, and the topic, as you may have guessed, is math. There are several of us taking part in this collab, and if you'd like to see what others are doing in their homeschool for math, I invite you to click on this little eye up here. It will take you to the playlist of all the videos of the collaborators in this group. Now, this is an open collab, and you are more than welcome to join. You know that old saying, the more the merrier? Well, in this group, it's the more the wiser. We'd love it if you choose to join us and share your wisdom and knowledge of the math curriculum you've been using. Okay, so let's talk math. I have chosen Math UC. I have homeschooled 2 children, 1 I've graduated, and we have used Math UC through their entire homeschool careers. I have not regretted using it, not one bit. It may not be a fancy math or an advanced math, but it's an old school math. You know, the kind that sent our rocket ships to the moon and built bridges. That kind of math. Let me show you what comes in Math UC Zeta. It comes with an instruction video. It's very clear and easy to understand lessons. As your child gets older, they'll be able to watch the lesson and do their assignment. When my kids were younger, we'd all watch the lesson together. Then I would help them through their math if they had any problems, but most of the time they were able to follow the instruction on this video. It was not usually a problem at all. Now keep in mind I homeschooled my daughter, who is 24. So I have the old school Math UC Zeta teacher's manual. And it's not even the really old school one, but I do have this one, and it does work with the student book. So this is my teacher's manual. Today the teacher's manuals are hardback, and they're much better in my opinion. But this has, you know, all the information you need on the lesson, the examples that he gives, a little more information for you, and it also has the solution for both the worksheets and the tests back here in the back. The next part is for the student, and we haven't even opened ours. It's brand new. Okay, so I'm going to open it right now. My son just finished at the end of fall. He just finished the previous math, which was Epsilon, right? I think. So here's the student workbook, and it consists of, okay, well, first of all, it does have perforated pages, so you can take them out and use them. This is a consumable workbook. It has your first 3 lessons are lesson A, B, and C, which are the practice lessons. So what you do is you have your child watch the video, or you teach your child yourself, whichever you prefer, and you have them do the first practice sheet. If they do well, there's no need to do the second practice sheet. If they do not do well, do the second practice sheet. Once they are doing those well, then you can go to D, E, and F, which are the systematic reviews. And those have problems from the lesson your child just learned, plus it also has problems from previous lessons. And it just keeps you practicing on all the concepts that you've learned. So you have A, B, C, D, E, and F. And there are 30 lessons in this book. If for some reason your child isn't doing well on the practice sheets, then you can go to the website and print up more practice sheets. Here's a test booklet. It consists of 30 tests, plus it has 4 quarterly tests and a final test. And like I said, the answers to these tests are in the teacher's manual. I had heard there'd been some changes made, and here's an example of it. There is a G. Remember I said there was A, B, C, D, E, and F? There's also a G page. This is just an application and enrichment page, which I obviously, since I have the old book, I would not have the answers for this page, but I'm sure it won't be hard for me to figure that out. So, or I could just have him skip it, but I'd rather him do it and we could work on it together. So that's all you really need to complete this program, except that Math UC is a really good program for kinesthetic learners, all your hands-on learners and your visual learners. I mean, I think it's good for every type of learner. Those two learners will specifically benefit from Math UC. And the reason for that is because Math UC comes with manipulatives. Now, again, I have the old school set here. I don't think this was called a block integer kit when I ordered it, but I love this set so much. It comes in a wooden case, and you can just slide this right out. And there are your blocks to work with. And this is, oh, it's a little bit dusty. This is your starter kit, is what it was called back then. And when you got into the upper math, like now, this is the completer kit, which has more of the 100 blocks and the 20s. So this is what we'll be using. I kept these knowing that we would need these for Zeta and I think algebra. So up through algebra 1. So I did keep these. Oh, looks like the dog got a hold of those yellow ones. Anyway, my son grew up using those. He loved them. It made math fun and exciting for him. He loved doing all his problems with his little blocks. So the other manipulative that comes with Zeta, which Zeta, I don't think I told you. Zeta is decimals and percents. Comes with the algebra and decimal inserts, and this again is an older kit. This one comes with the exact same that it's comes with today. So these are your manipulatives for this kit. You have these larger ones, and you have some more little blocks. And most of the time, between the teaching and the video and the workbook page, I had very little problems with my kids not getting it. I think the biggest problem I had was with my daughter went through epsilon, which is fractions, and that took her quite a time to get through. But other than that, my son has picked up everything well. My daughter picked up everything else well, and they've done really well with this curriculum. And again, it builds systematically, so it starts, your addition, and it goes through everything that you can possibly think of in addition. Then it's just subtraction, and then it just keeps building multiplication, division, fractions, decimals, percents, pre-algebra, algebra. And the beauty of that, they are all named by a letter of the Greek alphabet and not first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. And the reason I mention that is because my son has never been in his grade for his age. And so I felt like that didn't give him some kind of complex, because it never said first grade, math on there. Speaking of your child not being in the grade their age matches, I guess you'd say, like in public school, certain grades and certain ages. I think that's the beauty of homeschooling. Now with my son, I knew he was smart. He's really smart, and I immediately wanted to start pushing him, and I actually started him kindergarten early, or probably about a year early, and he loved it. He thrived on the Math UC primer. He just did really well, wanted to keep learning, wanted to do more math. And we went through probably up through first grade, just kind of pushing, trying to get it done, and then we slowed down. Because I have the philosophy of better late than early, and I really wanted him to continue this love for math that he had. I made us pace ourselves a little better because he was consuming it so rapidly. Then grandmother came to live with us, and her whole life had just fallen apart, and we shelved math for a whole year. We did more fun math. We did cooking, we did money math, things like that. And we just did a workbook sometimes. We just did whatever we could. We also did a lot of playing outside that year. A lot of outside playing time. So in that sense, that got us behind in math. And we've been trying to catch up ever since, but I haven't pushed it so hard for us to catch up. And now we are at a spot where he needs to be in algebra by the time he does biology. And we're barely going to make it, but we're going to make it. Because the interesting thing that I've seen is he's picking up these concepts so much faster, just going through it. All these pages, everything he's doing is just fast. So I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I may not have been so lax about it if I had a child that struggled with learning, or especially math, but I knew he could do it, and he's proving me right. So we are in Zeta, even though he's in 8th grade right now, and we hope to finish by April, because we finished Epsilon in record time. So we school year round. So what we're going to do is take a couple weeks break and then start right back in on the math. He'll go straight into pre-algebra. And then in the fall, we won't start till September. We'll start straight into Algebra 1. And he'll be able to do biology alongside Algebra 1, and all will be well. So I think that just worked out beautifully for us. And that's what one huge thing I love about homeschooling is you can tailor to curriculum to fit your child's learning needs or to fit your family's schedule or whatever's happening in your life at the moment. The greatest compliment that I have ever heard about Math UC, I wish I could find the comment on this, but it's been a while since I've seen it. Anyway, the professors have asked the students where they went to school at or what curriculum they used. And when they told them they were homeschooled and used a curriculum called Math UC, the professor knew that it wasn't your traditional public school math. I think the professor went on to say that they had such a great foundation in math, and it showed. It showed in their college math. So that gave me great hope when I heard that. I'm glad we stuck to the old school math, and I know for sure that my son's going to do well. Whether he goes on to college or not, I know he's going to do well. So I feel pretty solid in my decision of what I've chosen for my family. And there are so many more things that I can't even think of right now of why I love this math program. To me, it's just a top-notch math program that is worth every single penny. Again, I encourage you to visit the playlist. I put it down in my description box below. And please visit April from The Simple Rugged Path. Her link is right up here. I really do enjoy her channel, and I think you will too. Oh, and one more thing. Next week we're going to be talking history, so be sure to come back for that. I guess that wraps it up for today. If you wouldn't mind, please hit that thumbs up button down below. That would really help us out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out. If you missed my last video, no worries. You can check it out right here. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel right here. And be sure to click the little bell so you'll be notified every time we upload.